There we go. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to our weekly webinar. I know a lot of you are on holiday because of the public holiday yesterday and obviously Monday. So yes, I'm in the office bringing you guys more information. That's what I do. All right. So today we have a little bit of our retail side of displays for our commercial LED indoors and outdoor. I wanted to focus on these type of things a little bit better. I just want to make sure that everyone can still see me there. Yes. All right. And then obviously for some of you that don't know who I am, I'm Eben. I'm from Hikvision. I handle the training department and a few other technical things here as an engineer. But besides the boring stuff, I'm here to introduce to you guys a little bit more. So let's get cracking because there's quite a bit I would like to share. After this, we'll do the Q&A. So if you're on the YouTube channel, my apologies. And if you stay a little bit further, you'll see at the end, I will have my camera and I'll go through a few of these lovely little things and show you a little bit close up so you have a bit better idea. Also to take note that under our e-learning platform, Hikvision e-learning platform, so that will be elearning.hikvision. Please go and check it out. If you're unsure, please go to our Hikvision certified website for Africa, and under there you'll find e-learning. E-learning is our platform where we educate everyone. Under that platform, there is a course that we call HCSA display. So my recommendation is if you really get lost in between here, go and do that course so you understand the front end of it compared to the back end. So we'll get into that. I'm going to try and run a little bit down a few things for you guys. So starting off with, let's just go to the next one. The content is going to be regarding focusing a little bit more on the shopping mall solution and also specific store solutions. And we're going to get into that just now. So for the shopping mall, let's have a look at our first layout. So this is a complete solution regarding that. So the first solution, as you can see as number one, is for outdoor LED advertising. So this is a very key market. I'm sure a lot of you have seen this, especially in Durban, Cape Town, or Johannesburg area. It's all over the show. So yes. All right. But moving on from there, we have number two, which is our naked eye 3D LED advertising walls. They are moving object LED 3D effect. It's high bright LEDs as well. And I'm sure some of you have seen some of those YouTube videos where the tiger on the advertising will jump outside the building. The wave will drop on top of the people. Hi, that is a Hikvision product right there for you. And then number three is our clear view LEDs itself. So these transparent clear view LEDs itself are designed for shop windows or entry windows, so you can still receive a lot of light, but still have an advertising wall. And from inside the shop, you can still see outwards, which is pretty cool design. And then we start focusing on inside. So inside we have different things like, as an example, where is number? There we go. So our video walls, video advertising. We have like curved advertising itself, little banners itself. We have pillars that we can, focus on. My apologies if it looks like I'm looking up. I am. The camera's in front of me, but my display is behind me. So trying to focus on both at the same time. And then obviously we also have for the smart information. So detailed information, if you have certain products itself, you can focus on, different advertising point of views. And then lastly, the management control center. So this is just a system inside the shopping center where you can change the ads, put up emergency information or lost and found, whatever the case might be. So up to your imagination there. Moving on from there, we're going to start with our outdoor display. These are very common for retails and big shop or wall areas for advertising. So starting off with our CKI models and the BKI models, I have to look at all of them. Please, like I said, to remember every single detail of every single product is humanly impossible. So sometimes I make use of the presentation to look at it. But anyway, so for those are our entry level models, our commonly used models itself out there. Sometimes some of the guys will also use the normal BGF models and the faux models as well. As you can see very soon, these are the ones that's over here. Where is my laser, by the way? Let's use the laser for this purpose. So that will be these models right here. They are very soon to be discontinued because we are replacing them with newer models. So if you're not familiar, so that will be the CLF and the CLF-S models. These are designed to save energy, use less resources, and all different bezels as well. Those are the P, the thickness itself. All right. And then we have also the CBs, which are the new ones. They are very nice and designed for outdoor LEDs, very bright, but also smaller in panels to make it easier for flexibility for different advertising. Then we have our GLF, and there is a difference between the C and the G. So the C's are the copper wired models, and the G are the golden wires itself. So as you can see, very bigger panel, nice colorful design. As you can see, if you're not familiar with the knit, so those are the like grandma knitting, short-term knit itself. For the LED, it's a measurement of how much of LED brightness you can progress out there. It's not like candlelight or like lux, so or like like F count, but certain lux will give you an area of how much of light can be illuminated as a luminous from that area. So normally when you buy a globe, it will tell you how many, or flat light, it will tell you how many lumens it is. That's to tell you per square meter how much of brightness it can give off. So a neck is very similar, but remember, LEDs are very straight. So when you look at an LED video wall and you look at it straight, it's very bright in your face. But if you look at it at a slight angle, it's not that bright in your face. So that's why we focus on the light towards the object of field of view for the viewing of the normal eyes. All right, but anyway, that is in our training videos. So if you're not familiar, that's very bright for 10,000. Yeah, anyway. So moving on from there, let me get my mouse there. We also have this in our naked eye 3D advertising, like I mentioned. So this is the new hip thing. For those LED displays to be even alive and more active. It's not been done in South Africa. I just received my system set up now. So I know that our store manager is going to fetch it from our warehouse, which in the next week or two, I will install and set up in our showroom here at our Hikvision branch in South Africa, Johannesburg. And yeah, so it's pretty cool. So just to get you started off that whole 3D controlling system, it's a whole entire system. So it's not just the LED display itself, and it's best to have it on a corner because of the LED and the 3D effect. You also need a resolution server, an ultra high resolution server. The software, the MPCS software, this is a cloud software control unit that can be used, that can send it over the network. This software is free and can be used. Unfortunately, for the 3D video, because you can't just display any video and expect it to be 3D. These videos are designed for 3D software for that kind of server replacement as a display. So there are certain videos that are out there that's 3D. There are companies that design and create 3D videos. We have a few. We can assist, but at a very high cost. obviously because it's very far from China to South Africa, but there are companies in South Africa that focus on 3D video advertising itself. Anyway, so from that server itself, you need an LED controller itself, a video wall controller. This video wall controller will have different LED controllers individually to be able to focus on each different panel line in series in order to focus on what it needs to advertise. So a complete solution regarding that, and I have mentioned this in the past, really cool design. Anyway, moving on from there. There we go. So for our glass window advertising, these are very key advertising displays, if I can put it that way, for any business, in order to be able to still get your viewing out there or your advertising out there. You can use these for multiple different purposes on glass. So for them, we have the high bright models, and then we have the normal brightness models. The difference between the two is the high bright is at 5,000 nits itself. So it's very bright for outdoor use itself for a front of a building, which is pretty awesome. We have actually one here at our showroom, which I'm just waiting for a new controller because some people have played and damaged and pushed it to its limits. And yeah, I have to wait for a new one. But anyway, so we have this one in our staircase itself at our offices. And then you have the normal display model. Whoops, there goes my mouse. The normal display, and we'll get into these details a little bit more further on, but they are pretty nice for inside a shopping mall area where it's not needed to be that bright, but at least at 2,000 nits itself. And then moving on from there, we have our inside the shop displays itself, which is pretty nice for video wall. Starting again with our entry level, that is the CKF model. The CKF model is a very user-friendly, small in panels, easy, flexible for installation. Then we have our CWF and our GWF, which is again our copper and our gold lamp wiring itself. And we also have the CAF, which is a little bit of an older model itself. Then on the newer side of mid-range, we have our CWFH models, which is using our hop lamp itself. Those are very nice, bright LED designs. And then obviously our newer models that will be released is our CBF model. Then just above that, we have our MWF model and our ZWD B model. And the MWF model is a very unique design. What we've done there is we've taken 4 LEDs and pushed it into one display LED. So we're talking about micro LED. They will look something similar like this. So I don't know if you're going to see very nice in the picture. Let's just give the camera some chance there. But it's one LED, but inside it is actually 4 LEDs, which is a pretty cool design. And then we have our newer ones itself, which we call our COB flip chip. So these are designed with very complicated. So a lot of the guys are familiar with the COB LEDs, but from a technical point of view, this is micro, very small micro LEDs. So what we've done is with the COB LEDs, and not just at other manufacturers, the wires for the red, green, and blue is micro soldered on top of the LED. So it's like a little bridge. And that obviously, once it's wired, they put epoxy, and that, when you power it up, it brights up, and the epoxy is there to protect it. But with the COB is where we've, instead of putting the wires, we soldered it underneath it. Yeah, very small micro. That's why it's called flip chip. It's underneath it now. And then we epoxy that LED, which in order gives us even more brightness. So there's nothing blocking the light itself, which is just mind-blowing itself. And that's what helps us to give that 3D effect on the naked eye, by the way, just to give you a little bit of a heads up there. And then we have our flexibility ways of using our conventional LEDs itself. So from temporary setups, like these ones I've got behind me, these are rental, not that we rent them out, they can be used as rentals for display. So you've got a little bit of a carry case itself. This one has got a carry case with wheels and a lid and everything else. And then you assemble them easy for that temporary setup for malls or events. And then we have our cornered ones. Our cornered ones are pretty cool. So they are specially designed for pillars and stuff like that, which makes it very nice and user-friendly. I just want to remove the laser there quick for a second. And then we have our posters itself. These are mobile ones. We actually have 3 of them at our showroom. I've ordered the new design models itself, so I can play a little bit more with it. And then we have our curved ones, our flexibility ones. These are LEDs, and we'll get into that just now with the next slide. They are flexible LED panels. So instead of having a hard panel, I see my camera is very delayed, a very hard panel itself, they will be flexible to be able to use. And if there's a little bit of the delay with me talking and the camera, my apologies, I'm running out of resources. This video program is taking a lot through Zoom and etc. And the PPT is open. But anyway, moving on from there, very nice, easy flexibility. Then looking at that retail, like I mentioned to you guys just now, you have those panels itself, they clip into one another. They have little clips itself. I know you can't see, but later on I'll show you guys. I just wanted you to hear. It's got little clips itself. And then we have those ones that have that 45-degree cut in order to put them on pillars or corners. There goes my mouse again. I nearly got a heart attack. And then we have our LED posters itself displayed. Those are mobile, or they can be mounted onto wall areas for retail shops or shops like takeaway shops or whatever the case might be. We'll get into that. And then, like I mentioned, that soft model LED itself, they are flexible. They can be curved in different designs, so which is pretty cool. It has not been done in our country, really pushing it to its limit. We are definitely focusing on that regarding marketing side of it. And then moving on from there, as a lot of you might know, certain video walls, we have certain displays in order to give us that, you know, daisy chain design. So a very simple, easy indoor plug and play. They use HDMI cables with network cables, whichever option you want to go for. We can have up to 30 pieces connected to one another in order to give us that wonderful display itself. Again, it comes with software that you don't have to pay for, as long as you keep into that bracket. And what else can I say about this? Just all around cool. They are designed for seamless display, so making sure that between the next one and the next one, the panels are stitched together very nicely for a very well designed look. And then for the retail side of the digital signage, we've got quite a bit of different products. So just to let you know, this is pretty cool. So you have these little designs itself for inside a shop or outside or whatever the case is, and they're all connected to your Hik Central Folk Sign. Folk Sign is a software that's designed to be able to help any clients regarding that. So if your HQ is saying, listen, this new double cheeseburger, which we call the Hik Burger, this burger is our new special, and this is the menu. So from a retail side, you can send this to all the branches immediately, and everyone will have a display. I think for places like clothing shops, Mr. P, I don't want to say the actual name because I don't want to get sued, but certain retail clothing shops will change their themes and their designs of whatever clothing theme they have. And then they would normally put up new posters and this, you know, new stickers and this and that. why not use these type of digital signage and remotely use it? So you use the same equipment, but you just digitally change the look. If there's something wrong and you need to pull the brand back, or you need to change the look of it, or whatever the case is from a marketing point of view, yeah, you can do this with a click of a button. So yeah, pretty cool. And then obviously for digital boxes. So if you have existing systems, I've got it here behind me. I'll show you guys a little bit later on. I like this thing a lot, and I'll go into a little bit more detail regarding that. That's just a little box with an HDMI output in order for you to use existing systems or TVs or whatever the case is, and still use the software to be able to control different designs. Moving on from there, just to focus on that design tool itself, there's a lot that you can do with it. There's a lot of configuration that you can do with it. It has a built-in program to edit and change the layout or the design for you. You can have different schedules itself set up for different events or different time period, which makes it pretty cool. Moving on from there, for the store solution, as I mentioned earlier, it's very similar to the mall solution. You can have the displays outside, the overhead displays. It doesn't have to be just a special shop. It can be inside a mall as well. Again, that clear view itself of the transparent LEDs for inside a shop, the advertising, the different display walls itself, and again, the management to look at that, which is pretty cool. And getting into detail with that, we have these new small panels. They are 500 by 500 millimeters itself panels. They will start off again with a normal naming rule as the DS as Hikvision, the D for display products itself, and then the different models. And there are different panels. Like I said, these are obviously for outdoor, but I don't have for indoor now with me. You can puzzle them out according to how you would like them to be puzzled out. Just trying to see here if there was anything else I would like to have mentioned regarding that on my notes that I have here. No. So very nice, very easy, flexible design. The reason why they're small is for certain shop entrance itself. So as you can see the displays here, you can have it moving or just a standard pose or whatever the case is of a display. And the nice thing is they are very thin models itself, so very narrowed, very thin models itself, so it makes it very easy for installation. Right, and like I said, you can build up according to how your project or your wall is to look at it. Then we start focusing on the mobile designs itself. These are digital signage itself that can be moved around, put different ads on, different icons for different shops or whatever the case might be. They are at 4K resolution. Some of them have a network looping or an HDMI, so you can put a few panels next to one another. At our showroom, I have actually 3 of these stand-up mobile units. All 3 of them are connected to one another. The top of those 3 will play the same video, and the bottom of those 3 will play the same video, and you can move them apart. You can put them next to one another. You can stitch them together as well, making it very flexible for any shop or retail site. And then we look at the that glass window area of advertising. These are designed for us to be able to showcase that 2 different models that we were indicating earlier for that transparent LEDs. These transparent LEDs, the specific one that's installed here is the 2000 nits, 2000 nits itself. This allows us to be able to have the ad of, like, as you can see in the picture here, the wedding ring, but you can still see inside the jewelry shop itself, which is pretty amazing. It allows still the light to transparent inside, but still being flexible to be able to see outwards itself when you're inside the shop. Very wide angle field of view, which is just an all-round and nice design, and 24/7 active work, right? Yes, like I said, mine is broken, not because of the product, but because I don't stop pushing the limits. Anyway, moving on from there, then we have our LED video walls. So these are nice signage, like I said, for any retail shop itself that do clothing from, you know, there's so many different, but I think most people would understand if I say Mr. P. I don't want to say the rest of the name, but most people do go there. They've got a sport, they've got a house, home, Mr. Home one, I think. Anyway, moving on from there before I get into trouble, which is, I feel, pretty nice because you can design or show the new trend or the new theme for this quarter or this autumn itself, you know, what the dress code, what, you know, inspiring them, etc. So being very flexible, having that itself. Okay, moving on, don't want to bore you guys further. Then we have these LED video walls, which we can customize. These are specially designed for different areas. We can have up to 16 pictures displayed, and we can stitch them together how we would like that. I want you to focus on the picture on the right-hand side. As you can see, let me just get my mouse up there. These are different panels at different angles and degrees, but because we have one image, we can stitch them together. So you can go and separate them and use them how you would like to. As you can see, those are the controllers itself. These boxes are designed to have 4 outputs, so you can have 4 monitors linked to them, or you can join them into series and have more added onto them, as you can see. Software management, again, like I said, is free. It is out there. These are pretty cool designs, and I think just the look of them and how they can move and, you know, advertising is just another level. And then just to quickly let you guys know, I have spoken in the past about our interactive screens. Yes, I know they are mostly used for boardrooms or for teaching or whatever the case is, but just imagine having them inside your retail shop, playing a certain video of new products on special, and then whoever the manager is or the person that needs to handle the customers in there, because some customers can be difficult. This allows them to be able to have a touch screen, quickly go in. Let me show you what other dresses or other models or shoes we have in the same category that we can order. And you can touch while you're there on that interactive screen, which is pretty cool. And then for the retail side itself, for those certain shops of new menus and everything, like I said, up to 10 pieces can be connected or joined. And you can have different layouts, either longitude or latitude itself. So, you know, either vertical or horizontal, whichever way that you would like to display them, have them on those certain menus, have a video play, and then go over to the menu prices and then back to the nice, lovely food. So from a retail point of view, which is amazing. And again, using the software to change those type of designs, as we mentioned earlier. The nice thing about this is we can use the RCEP protocol for that. So remotely, you can have your head office or your control room based in Johannesburg, and you can change any of those displays straight in Durban or Cape Town or Bloemfontein or wherever you are, which is pretty cool. And then moving on from there, just to narrow it down for all the different models. So if you wanted to see what we discussed earlier, so these are all the different models available, from your indoor, outdoor, to your flat panels, to your curves, to your digital signage, etc. So this carries on. Digital signage is just a box. That's why there's no sign or brightness on it. It's just a little box. And I'll show you guys just now. All right. So that is it for what I wanted to show you guys. I'm going to quickly change my camera angle so you can see a bit more. And then we'll take it from there. Yeah. Let me just stop there. And then you should be able to see me on the camera big. Yes, you can. Let's see. Can I hide that? No, I can't hide that. I want to see if I can hide the camera on the other one for you guys. Let's see. No, I can't. Okay, but anyway, as long as you guys can see me, All right, so let's quickly go through different panels. So just to show you guys different panels itself. Why can I not see myself here? Let me just see. There should be a better way that I can see what is happening. Yeah, there we go. Camera angles better. So these panels, like I said, these are the LEDs with the 4 LEDs in one. As you can see, this is just a single panel that's on front of this. That's actually that model there. This is a different model behind me. So these are one of those panels. So they get screwed on. There's different screws because these are used for outdoor use. As you can see, they have little gaskets here in order to seal them for weather purposes. I love this camera. This camera does its job. Really, I do. I'm looking at myself when I'm supposed to look at the camera. Anyway, so you've got your power plug there. You've got your connection for your looping, so which is pretty cool. As you can see behind me, let me stand up and show you guys a bit more. This is the one that's here in front of us. It's got a little bit of a thicker bezel. There we go. A little bit of a thicker one. It's also got its normal connections with everything. Also got the gasket, the screws, as you can see, which is pretty cool. Look at those LEDs in there. All the 3 colors. That will be your red, your blue, your green. So for outdoor display. So these are different panels. I'm not going to try and pick this up. Can I? Let me try. So it's got little handles here, so you can pick them up. Yeah, jimming. I'm jimming. Yeah, they are heavy, so you need some guns in order to work with them. They are very nice because they have all these locking screens. Camera up here. Camera this side. There we go. You have all these little locking tools here. You've got back panel itself that you can open up. It's also got a little door. So this panel's that lock itself as normal. It's also got a gasket here. And then you've got your main control unit for your wiring itself, for your looping, and then your data cables itself. I know you can't see that close, but I'm hoping that you can see a little bit. Then we also have different panels for indoors. Let me just get closer to the camera here. These panels are again designed for you to be able to connect up your data information and then your power. These are LEDs itself. This one, yes, has some LEDs missing because it happens, especially when you are rough with it. Anyway, then we have the digital signage. Let me show you guys here. So this is the digital signage. There's the model. Come on, camera, work with me. Okay, camera, stand still. Focus. Is it the light? It's probably the light, but anyway. So this is the controller. This is just a normal display. It's got 2 USB ports for mouse and keyboard if you wanted to, or memory stick. You got at the back your network, that's a network, and then you got your HDMI memory card that can go in there to store your audio and your power. You also have a little remote itself that can be used in order for you to, look at that camera, to be able to use to control it itself. I've pushed it to its limits recently in this week. It's designed for digital signage. I was bored. I've got Netflix on it. Someone asked me in the office, can I put Disney Plus? They want to watch at the office on the big screen. So, yeah, it happens. Anyway, using it for something completely different. And then we have these itself. Let me try and lift this one up. Get the jimming. Yeah, all right. So these are normal digital signage servers itself. They are designed as a server itself in order for you to be able to do the 4K and the 3D effect as well. And then these ones are your normal LED controllers. Why is it not showing there? So these are LED controllers. Yes, it has Wi-Fi built into it as well, so you can communicate with it. All your different plugs are on there for your HDMI input, output, and then your front controlling itself. So There we go. You can also put a memory card in there, so which is pretty cool. So they are designed for displaying for the LEDs. And yeah, that is basically it, guys. I hope you guys find it a little bit entertaining. I'm trying to share a bit more and have more focus on the products itself, showing them. It's kind of difficult. Like I said, my recommendation would be do the e-learning training first, and then maybe go back to this video. This will help you to understand a bit better close up. And then, yeah, if you have the opportunity, visit our showroom. And then these are easy to use and easy to install. I normally have this one thing that I say to anybody that I meet up regarding LED video walls and displays. If you have a technician that knows how to set up an IP address on a camera and link it to an NVR and set it up on an NVR with its own IP address, if you have a guy that can do that, you can do LED displays as well. They are very easy, very simple to use. All right. For the guys that would like to stay behind for Q&A, please do so. If not, I'll see you guys for the next video. All right. Keep well. Cheers, cheers. Bye. I like this camera. This is an AI camera that looks at me, so which is pretty cool. It follows me around, as you guys see, so I don't need a cameraman. Yes, it's a Hikvision product. It's got a built-in speaker. It looks like a sound bar, and it also has microphones in there, so the quality is better. But anyway, I'm stopping the stream here for the YouTube, for the Q&A after that. Thank you guys. See you guys next week. Keep well.